Hello, welcome to the player ratings. Today, Lou and I will be discussing the Crystal Palace 1, Manchester United 2 result at Sellers Park yesterday. Goals by Mateta, Xerxes, and Mason Mount. If you're liking what you see, please feel free to like and subscribe. Appreciate all your support and your comments, and let's get started. Louis, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all good, man. I'm all good. If you're here and you're watching, you're clearly in pain, and I feel your pain.
Yeah, we're not going to review the game. We're going to talk about the players in the game. So here's the lineup from yesterday. So Palace set up in there 3-4-2-1. Normal lineup again. Guehi, Lacroix, Richards, Henderson in goal. Wharton, Kamada in the middle. Mitchell, Munoz, wingback. Sarr, Pino. Sarr get injured. Unfortunately, we get to that obviously. And then Mateta up top. And funny enough, United in a similar setup. Laman's in goal. Delit, Euro, Shaw, Casemiro, Bruno in the center. Delo, Diallo, wingbacks, Embuemo, Mount as the 10s, and Xerxes as the striker. Louis, when you saw the lineups as far as the matchup, do you think we had an advantage or not?
I thought get this done in the first half.
Yeah,
because I just knew that we would after being at Strasbourg and seeing, I just know. Having to it's that thing we talk about, being in really tight games all the time. It's not good.
Yeah, well, obviously
Brentford's the only.
I
think Brentford's the only game, and maybe even Wolves was a bit. It was the only time like we've kind of cruised.
Yeah, without a doubt, finishing. Obviously we had the Mateta chance, the Nketiah chance. Finishing is an issue. You saw the frustration of the manager. We'll get to him later on, and how he felt about obviously the Sarr injury, but just in general, the squad depth and missing chances becomes a knock-on effect. You lose matches. You lose players. The fans get down, the manager gets down. I actually loved his honesty after. Listen, we don't know how emotional Glasner can be, and he was very honest, forthright, and I had no issue with anything he said yesterday. He protected the players. He could have crashed out a couple of players who didn't play well yesterday. He chose instead to go at the board, which for me was 100% the right thing to do. We did not strengthen as much as we should have. We all know why. Well, we should know why. One, with Crystal Palace. One, we have an owner who would rather err on the side of caution every time, and we have you mentioned we have a PSR issue because we are close to the number, but we really failed the manager in certain areas, especially in the attacking areas.
Before any smart people in the comments say it's European PSR we're very close to, not the Premier League one. I know someone will come in and be like, we're not close to the one in the Premier League.
Yeah. So let's begin. Dean Henderson, both gave him a 4. I'll start first. I thought he got off to a great start. I mean, they made that great 7 Casemiro in that literally the first minute. He probably wouldn't have been 100% focused, but he was. But after that, I thought the goal he conceded to Xerxes was very, 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 very poor. I don't know how that ball squeezed in. Yes, blame Kamada all you want because he beats Kamada, but from that angle. And it wasn't like he got beat. He got beat far post. It wasn't near post, far post. I don't know how that ball goes in. And then the free kick, he wasn't ready for the free kick by Mount. The wall was abysmal. We didn't have a draft excluder. I don't know why. And that goal to me was also a poor goal. So for me, I'm not going to get into the stats necessarily because I think he faced 3 shots and made 2 saves. But I just thought that that doesn't even make sense to me. I'll get to that in a second. But your thoughts on how Henderson played yesterday?
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant for that first save. The 2 goals were just it's a bit calamitous all around. Not organised, just a bit all over the place, a bit embarrassing. But yeah, that's it.
So sorry, it was actually 4 saves he had and conceded 2 goals. So there's that. Anyway, next, Tyreek Mitchell. Both gave him a 5. Your thoughts on how Ty played?
I thought it was really good first half. Got into good positions. I spoke about it on the stream. I thought his final delivery could have been better, but then also I'm going to blame I don't think the runs off the ball are very creative. I don't think people aren't peeling off into smart positions. It's kind of like a hit and hope. But obviously Ty's main attribute isn't his crossing. He's improved a lot, but it's not his best attribute. which can be difficult because most of our attacking threat comes from the wing backs. But he played 90 minutes on Thursday. He's had no respite. I have no issues with Mitchell, but really and truly, there's only going to be one or two players that get over a 5 today.
Yeah. Again, I thought he was very good defensively the entire game. I don't think he wasn't at fault for any of the goals. Again, going forward, just an issue. He was 0 for 3 in his crossing, 0 for 1 in long balls. Passing was very good, 82%, 10 for 12. Played 85 minutes to get a little bit of rest because Devaney came in at wing back and that didn't go well. But defensively, he was fine. 5 clearances, 1 recovery. But he just needed to be. We need again. This is the thing, and I'll mention it now, and we'll talk about this a lot with Sarr being out. When the 10s aren't clicking, and they didn't click yesterday, Sarr was injured and then came out, and Nketiah didn't do much. Pino was poor. The wingbacks have to be more involved. We'll get to Danny Munoz in a minute. Both of them just didn't get forward enough and create enough. And as much as we can fault Mateta for missing that chance, he didn't get a lot of service. Neither did 10. So that was because the wingbacks weren't getting forward enough. So go to Danny Munoz now. Both gave him 5. Again, I just thought just didn't get involved enough going forward. He was fine defensively, 46 touches, but again, crossing 0 for 3, 2 tackles, 3 clearances, 2 interceptions, 5 recoveries, 18 out of 25 passing. Made some good tackles. He did put a cross into Pino that was blocked in the first half, but just in general, he just wasn't involved enough. Again, when you play a similar system, you end up going up against the opposing wingback. So he would be going up against Dallo. Right, Munoz, Mitchell against Diallo. Both didn't do much, but again, when that doesn't happen, you've got to get more involved in going forward. I don't think Danny was involved as much, but your thoughts on Munoz?
I think it's just like a rinse and repeat on Mitchell played so many games. He couldn't really do much. Sarr comes off. They built a relationship. He doesn't really have a relationship with. I think when Eddie and Munoz try and link up, it looks a bit horrible. They don't know where each other is going to be. I think, like I said it in this will come out after I spoke to the boys. I think Eddie and Nketiah in the right 10 is much worse than him in the left 10. I just don't like his body position when he's there with his back to goal. There's just no link up. So I think that's what made it even more difficult. Sorry about the cat.
No, we love cats. I'm allergic to them, but I love them anyway. Mark Guehi, both gave him 5. Your thoughts on Guehi's performance yesterday?
You know what? I actually thought Mark Guehi was probably one of the best players. But yeah, conceded 2. I always think when Mark is not able to do that big switch to Munoz, it definitely always takes something out of our play. I don't really think it's been hit very much recently at all. I think teams might have clocked onto that a little bit. When's the last time you saw Guehi do that big diag to Munoz? It was just a difficult day all around.
I actually want to pop up the graphic on him. So I wasn't going to do graphics today, but let's just do it because it's here. He had the most successful passes, 34.
As usual.
Yeah. Got the yellow card. I didn't think he played well in the second half as in the first half. And again, obviously we can see 2 goals. It's not his fault necessarily, but he did give up the free kick that resulted in the Mount goal. So I will point that out. And that's the thing that is very unlike Mark to do, give up free kicks edge of the box, and that led to the Mount goal. But I did think he was fine in the first half. I just think second half we were just so out of it. We didn't create anything. We were poor defensively. The wall was poor on the goal. The Xerxes goal was a silly goal to give up. I wouldn't blame any of the 3 center halves for, again, any of the goals because they weren't really involved in it. But I will say that Mark gave up the free kick, which is why I gave him the 5. So, again, most successful passing. But, again, it wasn't a typical Mark game. And the funny thing is, we'll get to, you can see on the graphic there, Chris Richards has the most touches. And when he does, that's not going to help our build-up as much as it should do. So we'll actually get to him now. Might as well, right? So both gave him 6. I'll pop it back up. I took it down. But Chris Richards, most touches in the game, 64. Most duels won, 10. So very good defensively. I think Chris had a very good game defensively. The 2 goals, nothing to do with him. Passing wasn't great. 31 out of 48. Low for Chris. He's gotten so much better passing. But defensively, 2 tackles, 6 clearances. 1 interception, 1 recovery, 8 out of 13 duels won, 2 out of 4 ground duels won. But again, we conceded 2 goals, so I can't go crazy again. No one's going to get more than a 6 because we lost. But your thoughts on Chris Richards?
Yeah, I think you covered most of it. I was really impressed with him winning duels, but yeah, if he's having the most touches in your team, then it's something wrong.
100%. Last of the 3 centre backs, Max and Quabo gave him a 5. You go first on how you think Max played.
Didn't really notice Max too much yesterday. He wasn't really playing his line breaking passes. Again, he's played every single minute. He must be knackered. Yeah, it's just one of those days, man. I haven't got much to debrief on this one. I'm trying to pull it to the back of my mind and move on.
I hear it. 84% passing for Max, 57 touches. Only 2 passes in the final third. Again, we just couldn't get anybody to play those balls in the final third to get Mateta or the 10s involved. 12 clearances, though, defensively very, very solid. 12 clearances, 2 tackles, 3 recoveries. Xerxes did score the goal, but what did he do besides the goal? I didn't know. Xerxes didn't do much. I mean, it was a great goal. I am not going to come on here and put it down. It's a great goal. It was scored because he beat Kamada, and then he beats Henderson. It's not because he beat Lacroix. And Lacroix, for me, kept Xerxes quiet the entire game, so I cannot get on Max for that. Man of the match next, Adam Wharton. Both gave him a 7. Put it back up, the stats. He had the most crosses in the match. He was a most influential player attacking, and he always is, and that's why he gets a man of the match, at least for me. Made the most tackles in the match also. Had 3. You see at the bottom of that graphic. Created 1 chance, 79% passing, 48 touches. Defensively, 3 tackles, 2 clearances, 7 recoveries. I definitely think once he came out of the game, we lost a lot. I mean, listen, I'm going to say it again. I said at the beginning of the stream. If the wingbacks aren't playing well and the 10s aren't playing well, Adam Wharton has to create basically by himself. And he tried yesterday. He tried a lot, but he just wasn't able to pull it off. And to take him out of the game, and I get why he's probably knackered, but to take him out of the game and bring on, other players who want to create it for him, just at that point, I'm saying, where are we getting a goal from? And we didn't get one. So it baffled me to take him off, but I get it. Again, we're trying to give the kid some respite. He didn't start, right? He didn't start against Did he start?
Yeah, it came on after half an hour because of Hughes.
Right, came on light, exactly. So he got a little break the match before, but again, you cannot. Boy, we lose Adam Wharton, we're in big trouble. So I get why he probably was wanting to rest him with the Wednesday game against Burnley coming up. But your thoughts on Wharton?
Yeah, best player. I think the key is to get Wharton facing the goal with space, but that's when we look our most dangerous, when he gets his head up and we're moving into the final third and he can pick a pass out. But yeah, he was on his own yesterday.
I forgot to mention, he also had a nice shot with the weak right foot. Richard set him up. That was easily saved, but that was early in the game. But
he owes us a goal, man.
Say again?
He owes us a goal.
Yeah, owes us. We're going to get into that. Yeah, he does owe us. Daichi Kamada, 5.5 for me, 5 for me. Your thoughts on Daichi?
I feel like there was some really good bits and some poor bits. I feel like he was he does this thing sometimes where he'll like make a couple of bad passes and then dive in all in one go, then do really 2 or 3 really good things straight after. But yeah, he definitely wasn't the issue yesterday, but he also wasn't the solution.
Yeah, I hear it. My overlying issue with him was the Xerxes goal. He has to be stronger on there. I mean, he's actually a good defender. I mean, he had 2 tackles, 3 clearances, 6 recoveries, but his tackling isn't necessarily his strong suit. He's good at blocking plays and making recoveries of plays and stuff like that. But he shouldn't get beat for the Xerxes goal as easy as that. I mean, when that happens, we're in trouble. But you're right. I mean, I think
he's got to do better on that cutback as well.
Yeah,
I think if you're technically that good and you score goals for Japan, these are the type of chances that we need midfielders to take. He's at the edge of the box.
Oh, that's a goal. That's just like Warren does. Listen, we spoke about it during the preview show. You can't. Well, you can apparently. You can't get Mateta and Sarr because they're our main goal scorers. But we have 0 goals from Lerma, Hughes, Wharton, Kamada. That can't continue the rest of the season. They can't. They all owe us goals because, again, and even Nketiah when if he starts scoring goals, it can't be even Nketiah. We have to get more goals from our central midfield. We're not getting them. So anyway, next, Jeremy Pino, 4.5 from me, 4 from you. I'll let you go first. What are your thoughts on Pino's performance?
I just think from that miss from Strasbourg, it's just been a bit.
You mentioned that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's consumed him. I think you can already see how he's apologized to the fans. I think he's struggling physically. And yesterday, just by the time it was the second half, it was just, I don't think he had anything left in the tank. He had that chance in the first half where I know it was a great block, but I think someone confident maybe brings it down, goes to shoot, and then kind of just controls the ball onto his right and passes it into the net. I know it sounds much easier than I'm saying, and like it's an easy thing to do, but players with confidence and composure, it was quite a hard chance of trying to hit it on the volley. If he changes the angle slightly, you know the player's coming to dive in. So I think he's got the quality to do that. Let's just see, man. I think he's been poor since that miss, and he needs to get his confidence. There's no time for him to be moping around. We need something. We need more of that Wolves goal, and he should have it. We talk about if Nketiah converts a chance, we're talking about an assist as well. So
yeah, I was going to say that because he had 3 chances created. 2 of them were from corners, which, by the way, he has to get a little better at. I think some of the corners are good, some of them are really poor. Lacroix had one headed over, probably should have scored. But you're right. He's played. That's a great ball he played for Nketiah for the 1-on-1. So if Nketiah scores that, it's another assist for him. And you're right. His confidence levels. Listen, he's new to a league. He doesn't speak the language. He's getting used to a lot of different changes, and he has these ups and down games. I'm not going to be down on him. I think that he needs to step up more because we need him. But that's a lot of pressure on him to do that now. Because again, with Sarr being out and the midfielders not scoring, again, last year we relied on Mateta, Eze, and Sarr. And this year we're going to rely on Mateta, Sarr, and hopefully Pino. But again, it can't be just him. But again, you're right. I remember that the miss against Strasbourg. He was on the floor for like a good 10 seconds before he got off the ground. And then you said after, when he was playing, you were watching him and he just didn't look. His head was gone. So hopefully he'll get it back because we're gonna need him big time. Next we have
can't really.
So we gave him a 5. I thought he was dangerous. He was he got fouled in like the 3rd minute. Went on for another 30 minutes. We think with a bad ankle. Credit to him for trying to play through it. I think he was the one. I have here that
he cut it back to Kamada.
Exactly, he made that pass to Kamada. There you go. Thank you. Exactly when the shot with the Kamada was a weak shot. He was doing good, but that injury is going to hurt us a lot. But anything you want to add about Sarr? Besides that we're going to miss him? No. Okay. Jean-Philippe Mateta. I gave him a 6. He gave him a 5.5. Scored the penalty. The retake is lucky. I thought he did well holding the ball up. Didn't have a lot of touches. 31. Had 4 shots. I'm looking at the graphic. 3 in the box. Obviously, one was a penalty. One was the edge of the box. One was a pretty bad, a bad shot. One went. Yeah, he had the shot past the post. Again, there's no doubt about it that the 1-on-1s are getting in his head. He's still producing for us, but he's again. D tried to throw out a stat during the preview about the misses he's had. He's had a lot more misses than last year. Last year, it wasn't a problem 1-on-1. I remember the West Ham game, the Luton game, 1-on-1. This year, he's probably got double, triple amount of misses. Liverpool, I think someone mentioned Fredrikstad, Wolves, obviously. Again, this game. Listen, he's our top scorer, but there's a lot of pressure on him now with Sarr being out. So there's no one going to be, feeling sorry for him. He's going to have to produce, but again, he's not going to get a rest because now Nketiah has to start. So I don't know. It's going to be tough for him. But your thoughts on Mateta?
I'll give him props for the first penalty. It was shocking. I'm going to put it out there. I hate his run up. I don't think he's a great penalty taker. To me, he scores anytime. If the keeper guesses the right way, the keeper saves it for me most of the time. Even when he scored, when the keepers dive to that, they've got a hand to it. I don't love his run up, but I feel like it's like when Wilf used to take penalties. I get anxiety when
let's have a little quick debate. Who would you have if
Sarr.
him? Sarr's injured. Sarr's injured, so Sarr's injured. Who else?
There's no one else.
Yeah, because I agree. I love Sarr. I love the way Sarr takes him. But besides him, maybe Kamada. Kamada looked good He took one against Liverpool. Didn't he take one in the Charity Shield or no, the Millwall game, and looked really good.
Yeah.
But you're right. Sarr's the only
Kamada.
person, and that's the problem. So, but you're not wrong. It's not.
He scores them, but he also misses them, and I hate his run up. I think it's a shocking run up. He doesn't have the ball striking ability to step up like that.
I give him credit though. You know, he normally goes to his right, the keeper's left, and yesterday he switched it up when on the.
But he's only got what? He's only got those two. They're exactly the same penalties.
Oh no, he has to elevate it. He doesn't elevate.
They don't even go in the corner.
Right. Yeah. So.
And then when they do, they go wide, like in a Villa.
He relies on the keeper going the wrong way. Right. Exactly. So. Yeah. Anyway, get to the subs. Nketiah, I gave him a 4. You gave him a 2. I'll let you go first on the 2 because I don't know what to say about that.
I did not enjoy 1 second of his performance. And it's not even the miss. I just, like I said, I hated his body positioning. I hate the way he was trying to bring the ball down. It was like headless. It was honestly, I really wanted him to do well, but I was horrified at that performance. It made me like, anytime he got near the ball, it was terrible. It was terrible. The fact that you're a professional footballer and you can't get your head up and see Munoz right there, you let Luke Shaw run back and he could have even chopped. Shaw would have gone flying. Shaw was so clearly going to dive in. It was just, but everything about that performance was horrible for me. Horrible. Hated it.
My biggest issue was it's the second time I've seen him have an opportunity in the box when he's running in, and if he's not going to score, which he didn't, he's got a pass the ball, and to not see Munoz to his right, like I get you're a striker. Listen, strikers really are unselfish, and that will make them really good players. And if you're not going to score it though, he's wide open. If he squares the ball to Munoz, it's the same goal he scores Everton. He's gonna slot that in without any problem. And to miss it, and then after that, I don't remember what he did. Because maybe partly because my head was gone from that, and then obviously they came back and they beat us. But I didn't see him do anything else effective in that game. And again, I get that, and people are right. He's not a pure number 10. His play back to goal isn't great. You know, he wants to run in, but again, it was a performance that bothers me, and I hope it gets better because it can't stay that way.
I don't dislike Nketiah. I feel like he can be a good player for us. But honestly, that performance, if I'm going on that performance alone, it was horrible to watch. As a football purist, and I'm always here for players who don't have the technical ability to work. It's just every body position of where he would. You just knew the ball was going to run out the play. You was going to lose it. And by the way, he gives away a stupid foul, gets a yellow card for the first goal.
By the way, he lost 9 duels yesterday, the most of the match. He didn't even start.
There you go. See, and this is what I mean about I like with Pat. My eyes don't lie. I saw it, and he comes with the stats to back it up. It was horrible, and he does that thing where he gets frustrated and he dives in, and then to top it all off, the offside thing when he was offside and Glasner absolutely lost his mind. We're 2-1 down. We're in attack, and you're walking back.
Yeah,
like it I can't fathom it. Like he needs to sort it out because anyone can come on against a tired Wolves team.
Right. And I want to say this, right? Because I know that our friend will watch the show later on. I've never rated Eddie Nketiah, but like you, I don't dislike him. I've always said I never liked Wayne Hennessy. If you go back to years on the show when we did watch-alongs or whatever, I really, really dislike Wayne Hennessy. I don't dislike Eddie Nketiah. I just don't rate him. I don't think he's that good, but I want him to do well because he's wearing the Palace shirt. But when he does poorly, it really irritates me because he's putting a lot of money for him. And for a player I don't rate and spend that much money, he has to perform. Now, I'm not going to crash out on yesterday. See, people like to do that. I'm not going to crash out on yesterday because that's easy to do, right? How he was poor, blah, blah, blah. But he's going to get to play now. And I hope he does really well. But I just say I don't rate him. So I hope he proves me wrong. And I know one person on our show is going to love it because he's back in Nketiah, and that's good for him. The way same way back into Mateta, which is fine. That's great. But he's got to perform now, and he's going to get a chance now. Don't make excuses of, he's not playing, he's not blah. He may be playing as a striker, and that's what he wants to play. I get that. He's going to play, though, so hopefully he'll show up. So I'm
going to say his previous substitute appearances have been good. He was
brilliant.
Strasbourg was terrible as well. But
Liverpool was great, and there were a couple of
Wolves was good. Yeah, changed the game.
Liverpool, right.
But I'm just giving for this game. I'm not branding him as a bad player. But that is one of the worst performances I've seen this season individually by a player that needs to produce.
Right. And we'll get a chance now. So, oh, wow. So Will Hughes, I gave him 5. You gave him 6. I don't have anything really to add. I didn't love the sub because I love Wharton, but Hughes didn't do anything wrong. It's just that Hughes
I actually think he was decent when he come on.
Yeah, and he put himself about exactly. So we just didn't create anything. That's not Hughes' fault. Uche, game of 3, game of 2. I want to go first, right? Because I get people saying what they're saying about him, all right? And I get the manager saying what he said, and I love what manager said about it, right? But it's the thing. We signed him. Clearly, we don't want to pay the clause where he plays X amount of games and it'll think because Glasser doesn't think he's good enough. But what I'll say is again, I'll say it again, I did not know anything about Chris Uche before he came here. I relied on T, who does the shows, gave me information about him. I went online after I read about him. When I saw the profile that I liked, what I liked about him, he was a very versatile player compared as a striker, as an 8 or a 6, and as a 10. But I never saw him when I watched the games play. I thought, wow, he's a big, strong player, but he's not technically great. We're playing him as a 10, and he's clearly not a 10. Not a 10 in the way we want to play 10s. Technically good, running behind or one-on-one. That's not how he is. He'll be a bullish striker, or he's going to be a guy who can play next to Wharton. He'll break up play, make tackles, get the ball, whatever. So he looks poor, but again, I don't know what we expected from him because he's not a number 10. What he did yesterday, he wasn't great. That's why I gave him 3. I'm not going to get into the stats because there aren't any stats to show about him, but you went like that. You waited off, so you don't want to talk about it, so we'll move on.
I've got one thing to say. Thing to say. He had about 34 Instagram stories of him playing yesterday.
Right. Well, again, I don't get social media part on play, but that's fine. That's fair. That's fine. Lerma came on. Right. Exactly. Devaney, the cross, terrible. The free kick, worse. Again. But again, he's a squad player who adds depth and he's not going to start and blah, blah, blah. And if you want to crash on him as a fan, feel free. Devaney does what Devaney does. I don't think he's a terrible player. He's a squad player. The manager, last. I gave him a 6, game of 5. I'll go first because, one, I love the lineup because that's our best lineup. I love the tactics. They were fine. You can't blame the manager for setting a team up to score goals, and then when you don't score them and you're up 1-0 at halftime, something happens. What I didn't like about what he did yesterday was the Wharton sub. Just the Wharton sub. I don't have a problem with the other subs because you had to make the Sarr sub. You had to make the Mitchell sub, bring the Venny in. There's no so I get it. And then I get an extra point than you because I absolutely love what he said post-match. He's an emotional player. I'm an emotional person too. Louis knows that about him. I'm a very sensitive person. He's an emotional person. The writers knew what they were doing yesterday. Bobby Manzi in particular, if you watch him, Bobby, I didn't like the question you gave him. You were trying to wind him up, in my opinion. That's fair. You can do that. When you're a journalist, you want to get a reaction from managers. I get it. I didn't understand the questions, but I love how he responded. He didn't like the window. He's kept quiet, and now he felt, you know what? Now's a good time to mention it because we lost 2 games in a row. One of my best players is injured. I don't know for how long. The players that you've got me, in particular, probably Uche, are not good enough, and I want to win the Conference League. I want to win the FA Cup again. I want to win the League Cup. I want to win in the league, and you haven't given me the backing. And you know what? I mean, last year my contract, I got nothing to lose, and I love the post match. I have no problem with it. Will he be different on Tuesday? Probably. He'll be more measured, but after the game, he's emotional and he tells you how he feels, and I loved it. So I gave him a 6. But your thoughts before we wrap up, Louis, on Oliver Glasser?
Maybe I think 5, just because he made me feel worse than what I already felt hearing from him, and I'll be angry if he leaves. Life after Glasner scares me. It scares me.
Louis, you know what? Honestly, I've already resigned myself to him not coming back, and I am fine.
I know that.
I get it. So that's why I'm not. That's why when he says stuff and does things, I'm enjoying the season for what it is. On top
that's
of what
why I'm not.
I'm not gonna worry because I'm telling you, if he signs, I will be so shocked, but equally elated. But I'm not. I do not think there's any chance he comes back next year. So for me, every game is a Glasner game. I'm gonna enjoy it in that way. So anyway, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I haven't got much to say today about him. It's just we was in a. It's the players that have let him down. Maybe a 5's too harsh. I'd probably give him a 9 for how we set up in the first half.
Yeah. I agree.
Maybe
harsh too. Yeah.
Maybe it's. I can't ask any more from him. But Oliver, you're gonna have to work some more magic, man. You're gonna have to pull something out of the bag. You're gonna have to make some of these players. I don't know, because I don't rate them like you don't rate them either.
And I think he will. I really think he will. I think he will. I think he sees another challenge. He loves the challenge, and I think he'll figure out a way because he always
Steve
has.
Parrish, bonus rating 0. Yeah, your depth, mate.
Anyway, that's it for the ratings for Man United. We've already done the preview for Burnley that'll be dropping soon. We'll be doing you guys doing a watch along for Burnley?
Yeah.
Okay, there'll be watch along. There'll be play ratings for that, and then we move into the weekend. But again, please like, subscribe. Appreciate all your support. And until next time, up the Palace.